Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome all your college students and employees of major companies to this presentation today. Before I get into this presentation, I'd like to tell you guys a little story. About 5 years ago, after I graduated college in social work, I decided to go visit my home country, India. And this time, when I visited, I wanted to do something different, something new. I was there on the June 13th, and the second week, I decided to go visit my mom's grandparents, who lived in a more rural area of South India. Over there, way more villages. It was not that populated. It was way more smaller and way poorer. Going there, on the third day, my grandma took me to one of the villages. And it was definitely a shocking experience to see all the status of the people and like the way they lived it. But that did not stop any of them from living their life to the fullest. When I went there on like the evening time around 4 or 5, there was a lot of kids playing outside their homes, just doing whatever they can to get past their time, and they were having a great time. And it didn't take a while for them to get me into the games because I was in youth phase. And I was playing with them, but suddenly one kid caught my eye. On the side, I noticed this one kid just sitting next to his mom who was cooking. And he was just smiling and laughing and saying random stuff, but never really getting up to play with these kids. I was very curious, so I went to him, started talking to him, and it took me a while to figure out that he was blind. And that was definitely a shocking, eye-opening experience for me, just because he was so innocent, having a great time, just not doing anything but just sitting there. And it just saddened me to see that he couldn't live his life to the fullest because he was blind. I talked to his mom, and she said it was not a rare to see to like be visually impaired in those areas. That led me to my research about blindness in India, and I came upon a great foundation called Sankara Foundation, and I soon started working for them. So my purpose.
What part of India did you say it was?
South India, so Kerala state. So my purpose of this presentation is for you guys to donate money and for me to get volunteers out of this group. So moving on. The 3 main points I will be covering today will be the history of this disease, why Sankara Foundation, and what can I do to help. So the history of the disease. It is, according to Sankara Foundation website, 1/4 of the world's blindness live in India. That's approximately 57 million people. And out of those people, 10 million are totally blind. But fortunately, 80% of this disease is very curable, because 80% of it is called a disease called cataract. And this disease is curable by the right resources. But the people in the rural area of India are not aware of the fact that it's curable, or is not able to go to any of the hospitals or camps to get it cured. This is where Sankara Foundation plays their role. So Sankara Foundation, a little about the foundation is our main competition is better vision for the poor. What they do is almost the same thing that we do, but in different manners. They do raise money for a great cause, and they do donate it to the people in India, to the hospitals, to set up new camps and buy equipment for a better cause. But it's not that efficient as what we do. For our mission is to get 20/20 eyesight for every rural area people who are curable by the year 2020. And we've been raising money since 1965, and last year we did over 120,000 surgeries, hosting hospital camps every week. Our strategy is rural outreach program. So what that means is, apart from building hospitals in these rural countries with the help of us and other hospital foundations in India, we go out to the rural areas every week to set up a hospital camp where people can just walk in and they will get treated right away. In this way, they're more aware of the fact that it's curable, and it's way more efficient for them to just come. Because for most of them, they're not able to travel a good 30 minutes to the city or a more populated area to come to the hospital and get treated. And thus, they just let it go, and they're not able to get this stuff treated. So what can I do to help? So one of the major things is definitely donations to this company. So donation works in many different ways. You can donate $1,000 to any hospital that's been built right now, and your name will be on the wall, and your donation amount and everything. So it will be respected by the community a lot. And then you can always donate more towards operation theaters and wards, which should be way more like $10,000 to $50,000, which is your call. But if you can't donate that much, you can also get on the monthly donation plan of $30, where those money will go to hospital camps that's hosted every week, where people can just walk in, and the more money we raise, the better equipment, the better people, more people that can go and help them out. Apart from that, another great thing that we need from every one of you guys is volunteering. Volunteering is a great aspect for this program, and almost anyone can volunteer as long as they're willing to take the time out of the day to go there. To get the volunteer options, you can definitely talk to me after this presentation or go online to Sankara Foundation. To be a volunteer is a great help for you, because you get to learn more about eye care. You get to help these people directly, one-to-one, which is a great eye-opening experience for anyone. Because I always knew about this kind of cause in India, but I was never able to do anything or didn't get the motive until I actually saw these kids and saw these people living in this condition. So being a volunteer and going there is definitely a great way to help them out. So in concluding this presentation, I'd like to say some of the benefits that you get from donating money or being a volunteer. So by donation, every single donation from $10 to $10,000 is written to you and received and sent to your mail. For this, you are able to get tax deductible for the donations. Then being a volunteer is definitely a first-hand experience, as I told you, where you get to help these kids one-to-one, and you can see their face, and you get to learn more about eye care. You get to learn more in the health profession if you're into optometry school or anything like that. And last but not least, you definitely saved me a life. You definitely saved a kid's life by helping them cure a disease that's curable, that's very easily curable, by donating money or being there and helping them out. So they're able to live their life more to the fullest and enjoy life. So at this time, I'd like to thank all you guys for taking the time out of the day to come to this presentation. At this time, I'll open the section for Q&A, and I will pass around a box for any kind of donation you guys can give. Thank you.